Hey y'all, it's Kayla, and I am here today and I'm going to tell you all about my little seed starting setup that I got going on over here. Minerva is over here helping me. She obviously won't be in the picture, but if you see me doing weird things, she keeps trying to eat my jacket like right now. Can I have it back? So yeah, just so you know, Minerva's helping do the video. Yeah, just pulling it right now. Minnie! So, this is my seed starting setup that I have going on that I use here. For those of you who are interested, I am in a zone 4B, USDA growing zone 4B. So my last frost date, it's supposed to be sometime in May, but it just depends on the year. I mean, sometimes it's June, sometimes it's April, sometimes it's May. Who knows? So a lot of what I have going on, I start pretty much everything inside. Minnie has her squeak toy. Minnie! Sorry, you guys. I start pretty much everything inside, and this is my basic setup. I just have one of these right now. I'll probably get a second system going so I can have double the amount starting in the house. But to start, we'll just start from the bottom and work our way up with what I've got going on. So down here on the bottom, this is where I put, this is my germination station down here. So I have, no, don't eat that, thank you. I have this thick cardboard that I saved from somewhere, and I do that to insulate and stop heat from, did you get caught? Thank you. Stop heat from escaping down below. And then on top of that, I have a germination mat. This one is 48 inches by 20.75. This is the Vivosun Germination Map. Vivo, however you want to say it. Stop, Minnie's trying to eat my trays down here. So this is designed to raise the temperature 10 to 20 degrees from your ambient room temperature. So whatever your ambient room temperature, for me in the house in the winter with both the fires going, the dining room, which is where I have this set up, is about 50-ish degrees. So this will raise the temperature to 60, 70 degrees. As it warms up, of course, then it'll be warmer here. So that's what this is for. Now, I did pay, I think this one I paid $50 for, which I know is kind of expensive for some people. So a super duper cheap thing that you can do is get your Christmas lights, and still you want some sort of cardboard down below to prevent the heat from escaping down below. And then you zigzag your Christmas lights back and forth, and then on the edges, I would just set like some 2x4s and zigzag in between the 2x4s, and then set your your starting trays on top. Here, Minnie, let me have a tray, please. So these are trays left over from last year that didn't get put in the ground because I broke my foot. Okay, stop. Ow. Go. You're destroying my stuff. No. Sorry, puppies, you guys, puppies. Okay, here we go. So you would have your 2x4s under this and set your tray on top of the 2x4s. So the Christmas lights actually provide enough heat to raise it about 10-ish, maybe 15 degrees, which is awesome for germinating. So if you're in a cold climate and it's not, 70 plus degrees in your house, or you have something that needs to germinate at a little bit of a higher temperature, and you don't want to spend the $50 for a seed starting mat like I did, that is a super great alternative. Now, when we get into seed starting next week, that's going to be Tuesday's video, there are quite a few seeds that you don't need heat for. All your cold weather crops, you really won't need a germination mat. But for any of your warmer things like tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, stuff like that, you'll want something that keeps it a little bit warmer if you are in a cold area like I am. Now, hold on, sorry. Go ahead. For the lights here, I am just using LED shop lights. For the basic germination, most of the germination, you don't. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause and go put her away and then come back because we are super squeaky, so hold on. Okay, now that she's put away, as I was saying, I'm just using basic LED shop lights. Buy them at Home Depot, buy them online off of Amazon, wherever you can get them. They don't need a lot of light for the germination period, just enough to get them kind of like started going up. And then as soon as they're all pretty well sprouted and ready to go, they're gonna move up here to my second shelf. Now this one, I don't have cardboard on yet. I will be putting a piece of cardboard down, but it will not have the heat mat on it. And the reason for that is that I'm in a really cold area. I want whatever grows to handle cold well. Even if it is a tomato or a bell pepper, I'd really like them to be able to handle a little bit more cold. So those will all come up here. Now this light here is an actual grow light. Oh, sorry, I need to adjust some of these. This is the Vivosun T5 grow light that I have. This is not an LED grow light, so it has regular T5 bulbs in it. The reason I chose to do this one without being an LED, so this is just seed starting. There's like a whole world of indoor growing and what kind of light you need and what they do and why they do it. Like a basic thing, T5 light bulbs produce a little bit of heat. Your LED light bulbs pretty much produce nothing. So I have the T5 bulbs here to produce just that tiny bit of heat. It's not going to be like the 10 degrees that this is going to be, but it's going to be a couple of degrees. I can put my hand under here and it feels warmer than the ambient room temperature. So I want that tiny, just a smidge of heat. Why? Strange people drive past my house and stop next to my driveway all the time, and it's really weird. And I don't know why. They just like park out there. Sorry, I'm just like watching them. They're just sitting there. I'll update you when they finally leave. So, yeah. So this produces just a tiny bit of heat. Again, just that little bit helps things like those tomatoes and peppers, but it's not as much as the heat mat. So I still get plants that are going to be a little bit better adapted to the cold. Oh, I didn't talk about it. So this one here, I want the light to be like 3-ish inches. Really, this light is close enough that I have little lids that go on. Let me grab a lid. Yeah. So this is how tall the light is. Just tall enough that I can get the lid on. That's all. I want this light as close as I can to my plant. This one is a little bit higher, but still not too high. So when I have these up here, they're already going to be a little bit taller, and I'm going to have my cardboard. So they're going to be here-ish. So they're going to have room to grow up. And that just, will help them grow and strengthen them. One of the things that I will have that I don't currently have set up in the room, because I'm using it in my living room to blow the heat from the fire, is I'm going to have a fan that's oscillating in here. The reason you want a fan oscillating or just a fan, just have a fan blowing on by your seedlings as they're growing, is that it's going to create stronger plants, because they have that wind like they'd have outside. And it's very important for me here because we get winds like 60, 70 miles per hour sometimes. That wind is going to make the plant produce like a thicker stem and grow stronger. So you really want that. And I have it oscillating so they get it from all sides and all of that, and I'll change. It'll be over here or over there. I'll switch it up every couple of weeks so that they grow stronger stems, stronger plants. So when I transplant them outside, they'll be much more hardy and much more likely to survive, especially when I'm dealing with things again like peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, all the things that don't grow naturally here that I am forcing to grow by starting them inside very early. So that is this one, and again, this is the Vivosun T5. They're 2 foot by 4 foot ballast. That's what this thing is called. It's called a ballast, and then you have your bulbs that go inside the ballast. It does have a hanging option. I had it hanging underneath my bar earlier, and I couldn't cut the zip ties off, so she's just set on here for now. Once I get the right tool to cut the zip ties off, I'll probably raise this shelf up some and then hang it here. I don't know, I kind of like it like this too though. And then this will actually be, because this is slightly warm, I can start seeds on top of this as well. Multi-purpose, you guys, multi-purpose. We're gonna keep it here because I can start a few seeds on this. So that was my level 1. When I put my seeds in the germination trays, in the flats, I put my flats in here, they start sprouting. Once they've sprouted and grown a little bit with their little covers on, their covers come off and they move up here where they'll do the bulk of their growing under this. This is just like a sunlight, so it's like full spectrum, as close to sunshine as they can get it. And then let me go on to the other side so I can turn this on for you guys really quickly. And then up here, this is for the plants that I'm going to have going outside that need flowers on them, because I have a really short growing season. I don't know if you guys can see me there. Okay, so this is a red spectrum light. Again, there's a whole bunch of science that goes behind why plants grow the way they do. For blooming specific, to get plants to bloom, they need those red waves. So this is to help force the plants to bloom. Not force, but like encourage blooms on the plants. And it works really freaking well. I need to turn this off. This is like terrible for your eyes, okay? Don't stare at it like I just did. It'll mess your eyes up. So once I have my, let's say I have my tomato plant. Started with my tray of tomato seedlings. I moved them up here. They got bigger. I transplant them, and then they're gonna move up to the top up here. Now, there are not going to be very many of my plants that make it to this level. The majority of them will hit here and then go outside. My plants that I have a very short season to actually fruit outside are going to be up here so that I can start the fruiting process inside. So again, that's going to be my peppers, my tomatoes, my eggplants for sure. My squash will be great. I can direct sow that. That's pretty hardy, even like it grows quickly and it's hardy, so I'm not going to worry about squash. Really, it's just those tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. And I grow a lot of those because we eat a lot of those. So all of those will be put up here in their little pots, and I'm probably going to produce extra to sell to people around here because in Montana, it's really, really hard to get a variety of all of those things. Eggplants, like you just don't even find eggplants in the store here. So yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm growing a couple ornamental varieties of eggplants too this year, which I'm really excited about. I got the cute little white Easter eggy looking ones and some other things. So yeah, that's what's going to be up here for the most part. If I put anything else up there, I'll definitely update you guys in another video. So like I said, red spectrum there. This is the Active Grow LED. This one has, since it's an LED, it has no heat. It takes up less electricity. It's really nice. That's why I like the LEDs. They're less electric. They don't produce heat, which if you don't need heat, it's great. One of the things that I have put under this just to test it out, last summer, since I broke my foot and I did not actually get to plant a damn thing, which really sucked for me. I was so looking forward to my garden, and then I broke my foot in 2 places, and like the week I was going to be putting my garden in the ground, and I got nothing. And I bought myself a consolation tomato that was on my porch so I could actually take care of it. So this is the LED from Active Grow. I didn't tell you pricing. So this one here cost about 60 bucks, I believe. I think it was like, cost about $90. It was like 89. And then this one is a lot more expensive. Your LEDs are going to be much more expensive than your T5s. But with the LED lights, the bulbs last longer. So you have that trade-off, and the research is coming out that it's much easier to control the color wavelength that your plants are receiving with those, which is why I got my bloom one in the LED version. And I'll bring you guys in closer here in a minute and show you like all of this stuff in detail. So Active Grow, Vivosun. Now Vivosun does also make LED grow lights. I just did not purchase one from them. I wanted to try 2 different types, and this really does great for getting the plants up to here. I had really nice looking plants last year. And then up here, my other things. Oh, I don't think sorry you guys, my brain is everywhere today. So I threw my orchids up in there with my broken foot to test them. Both of my orchid plants bloomed within about 4 weeks of going up here, which if you know orchids, they're finicky, they're a pain in the ass to grow sometimes, and to get them to bloom, and they had like 3 or 4 blooms per stalk, it was gorgeous. I was so excited. So that 100% works. I love it. I cannot wait to put my vegetables under that this year. So I think that is all of the basics of what I've got going on. So I'm gonna grab the phone and bring you guys closer and just kind of show you some of the little features that I like about all of these different things and show you the grow mat up close and all the other stuff. So yeah, let me grab the phone. Okay, so here we are up close, don't mind all the dirt. So this is the Vivison Grow Mat. One of the things that I kind of like about it, it has like the information on days to germinate here. So like the crop, how many days to germinate. So it's nice just to have like a little quick thing. And then here it's giving you like a range of temperatures that you should be in. Mine is definitely not gonna be in the 70 degrees. I'm happy for 65, but again, cold weather. My plants I've picked are specific for this, or I've saved seeds in the past. And then these are just LED shop lights hung up on there, super simple. So this is the Vivosun white sunlight grow light. I don't know where it might be on the other end. So one of the things that I really like when you get these ballast lights, they have a way to join them together. That is an outlet, even though you can't see, you can plug them in. This is the Vivosun information. That one has the outlet too. That's the active grow. And let me kind of show you, you can see the LEDs there. I'm gonna turn it on and then show you and try and close my eyes. See? LEDs there, turn it off. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna change the camera around this up. So that is my grow system that I have going on. Next week, I'm going to be starting a couple of seeds and showing you guys that process. Really, I'm not starting a lot until about mid-March, but I know that there's so many of you guys that are, so I wanted to just go ahead and get that going for you so you can see how I start my seeds and some of the mistakes, tips, and things like that I made in the very beginning, so that you guys can start yours too. And I really, like, if you're in my group, my Homesteading Women group, I would love to see pictures of any of your grow setups that you guys have going on, and your seed starting process and all of that. I love to see what everyone is doing. So I hope that this was helpful to those of you that are wanting to start seeds inside. I don't think I said this rack that I have here. I just got this from Costco. I think I got it on sale at Costco. We got a couple at once. So, you know, just get what you can. If you can find it at a yard sale. If you can't just use whatever you've got around. I just really like the rack because I can move it in and out of the house. But if you don't have a rack, you know, putting stuff, I actually had stuff hung up under my, my little coffee bar over there for the winter. Which is why this has these on it. These are screwed in. I was growing stuff under my coffee bar because why not? So just get it out, get it wherever you can get it and get going. Yeah, it's so worth it, you guys. I know the lights are a bit of an investment. If you're in a climate where you can just germinate your seedlings and then put them out in the yard, in your garden, then just get the shop lights and some Christmas lights and germinate that way. You don't have to have all the fancy grow lights. If you have a room in your house where you get a lot of sun, if you have a south-facing room with a lot of windows, put your plants in there. Then you definitely don't need grow lights. If you have an outdoor space where you can set up something where they can be protected and still warm enough, throw them out there. This is just for me because of the climate that I live in. It's really damn cold. It's really cold. So like, for instance, today outside, I think the high is 16 degrees plus wind. So it's really cold. And then tonight it's supposed to be like 2 degrees. Yeah, cold. So I need to have some sort of indoor grow light thing going on. But yeah, so I think that's all the information on my grow setup. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comments here. If you're in my group, Homesteading Women, I'll link it. We're switching to a new platform, so if you're not on there yet, come join me. But it's only for ladies. Sorry if you are a dude and found me somehow. Sorry, ladies only. It's my ladies only club. But if you're in my group, ask the questions in the group. That way we can all come together and answer the questions together and learn from each other. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will see you hopefully next week on my seed starting video. I need a nap. So yeah, well, I'll see you guys on the seed starting video. Hopefully I covered everything. If I missed something, ask a question. I can do another video. Again, if you're in my group, ask in there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that this was helpful to those of you that are getting ready to start seeds in your zone. So I will catch you all on the next video. Bye.